All right, let's unpack this. Today, we're diving deep into the world of bobbers. You know, those stripped-down, mean-looking, loud motorcycles that absolutely turn heads.
Yeah, they definitely make a statement.
For sure. Our source for this deep dive is an interview script. It's titled, Bobbers, Ride or Regret. And it captures this incredibly honest conversation with a rider who, well, truly lives and breathes this unique machine.
Right.
On one hand, the common perception of bobbers is, well, they're brutal to ride, right? Profoundly uncomfortable, maybe even a bit of a torture device.
That's what you often hear, yeah.
But then the writer in our source material speaks with this almost spiritual devotion to his bike. It hints at something deeper. So our mission for this deep dive is to really try and understand the nature of the bobber. Is it a choice for joy, for suffering, or maybe something far more complex? And what can this raw, two-wheeled experience teach us about personal passion and, you know, how we value things subjectively?
Well, what's really compelling here is how this single interview, it directly challenges our usual assumptions about what makes a ride good or comfortable. We're going to explore that inherent tension between, say, physical comfort and this really profound personal connection, and what it really means to feel the road, at least according to someone who intentionally seeks out that exact experience.
That's a crucial point. And the interviewer in our source, they get right to the heart of it. They ask the rider point blank, when people see your bike, they stare. But when you ride it, do you smile or do you suffer?
It's to the point.
Exactly. And the rider's immediate response, almost defiant, is both.
Both. Interesting.
Yeah, then he clarifies that a bobber is anything but a lazy boy on wheels.
No.
It's raw steel, pure attitude, designed to, well, rattle your bones.
Okay.
But for him, that smile, that feeling of truly owning the road every time he fires it up, he says it's completely worth the sore back.
It's that immediate embrace of paradox that sets the tone, isn't it? He doesn't just acknowledge the discomfort. He seems to integrate it as, like, an essential part of the experience itself. From his perspective, the physical toll isn't some design flaw. It's actually a fundamental feature. It's fascinating how he frames it.
It really is.
And the interviewer then probes, asks, on a long ride, how bad does it hurt? And the writer's answer is quite illuminating, I think. He says, after 200 miles, you'll know muscles you didn't even have.
Oof. You can almost feel the ache just hearing that. He's completely upfront about the lack of creature comforts.
No kidding.
The seat, he says, is brutal. The suspension is basically a suggestion.
A suggestion, right.
And as for carrying a passenger, forget about it. This isn't a machine built for practicality and not in the usual sense.
Clearly not.
But what really stands out is that he isn't complaining. Not at all. Instead, he explains that comfort isn't the reason bobbers are designed like this, nor is it the reason people ride them.
Precisely. And this prompts a much deeper question for us, I think. If not comfort, then what is the driving force?
Right, what's the payoff?
He clarifies that you choose a bobber because you want to feel the road, every crack, every bump. He describes it as feeling like the bike is alive.
Wow.
This isn't merely about sensation, though. It speaks to maybe a deep human desire for an unmediated, raw connection to an experience. It's about being fully present in that moment, you know, without all the buffering layers of modern convenience we're used to.
That makes sense.
And structurally, you know, many bobbers feature rigid frames. That means there's basically no rear suspension to absorb impacts, which directly contributes to that visceral, immediate feedback he's describing.
So it's clearly not just about getting from A to B efficiently or even having a smooth, easy journey.
Yeah.
It's about the journey itself in its most unvarnished, authentic form. The interviewer, catching on to this, even half-jokingly sums it up as basically torture with style.
Hey, yeah.
And the writer's quick response, yeah, is telling, but then he immediately goes on to describe that style. He says it's something that never ages, comparing it to a well-worn leather jacket that just gets better with time.
And this is where the aesthetic truly intertwines with the physical experience, isn't it?
Definitely.
He describes bobbers as stripped down to the soul of a motorcycle. There are no gadgets, no chrome circus, just pure, brutal elegance.
Brutal elegance. I like that.
Yeah. So this choice of design, then, it becomes an intentional rejection of modern excess. It favors a minimalist, authentic, almost primal connection to the machine. It's a deliberate decision, it seems, to forego certain conveniences for a more fundamental relationship with the bike and the ride itself.
It sounds like it.
It really hints at a deeper philosophical choice, maybe prioritizing essence over embellishment.
I see what you mean. It's a powerful statement, a deliberate choice of ethos, really.
Right.
And this all builds to the ultimate question posed by the interviewer. So, let's settle this. Bobbers, ride, or regret?
The big question.
And the rider's answer is immediate, no hesitation. He taps the tank of his bike and declares, ride, always ride.
Unequivocal.
So what does this all mean for us? Our deep dive into bobbers, ride or regret. Illuminated by the perspective of someone who truly lives it. It really boils down to one powerful idea, I think. The choice of a bobber isn't about practicality or even comfort as we usually think of it. It's profoundly personal. It seems driven by this desire for raw engagement.
Yeah, that engagement piece feels key.
And the writer's verdict, ride, always ride, holds the key. He explains, you don't choose a bobber because it's practical, you choose it because it's personal.
That's a great line.
It is. He follows up with, if you regret it, it's because you never understood it in the first place.
And this isn't just about motorcycles, is it? It speaks to maybe our innate human desire for unmediated experience, especially in an increasingly buffered world.
Absolutely.
The bobber becomes almost a metaphor for choosing that raw engagement over cushioned convenience, which then raises an important question for you, the listener, beyond just motorcycles. What are the bobbers in your own life? What are those things you choose not for their comfort or practicality, but for that raw personal connection, that visceral feeling that you wouldn't trade for anything?
That's a great point.
What are you willing to suffer for maybe because the intrinsic unquantifiable reward is simply worth it? Something to think about.